Hey guys, Capo J. Thanks for watching. Today I wanted to talk about setting up a fighting rifle. Pretty much the importance of it, the mindset and the philosophy, I guess, that go behind it. As many of you guys probably know if you watch my vids, I'm definitely an AK guy. It's what I've trained with, it's what I've practiced with. I run it the best. What I think is important to take away from this, that it doesn't matter what kind of rifle that you choose or what brand. Doesn't matter if it's an AR, an AK, an FAL, a Springfield M1A, or even like a cowboy style lever gun. As long as you train with it and practice with it and know what to put on it to help you succeed, I think anything's a good viable option. As long as it's reliable, durable, and accurate, you're going to do fine. A lot of the content that's on my channel tends to focus around rifles, fighting rifles, whether it's just shooting or practicing drills, training, or even a little bit dealing with accessories, what I choose. I tend to focus on that a little bit more because I think that the fighting rifle can sometimes be overlooked because it's the one true offensive weapon, and it's probably the most important firearm that we can grab if something really does happen bad. A while back when I took my second fighting rifle course, one of my instructors, Reed Hendricks, great guy, very knowledgeable, very friendly and helpful, taught me a lot actually. One of the things that he really impressed upon me and the other students was something that he said on the very first day inside the classroom. It was pretty profound, and I tried to jot it down the best I could and remember it. So I'm going to attempt to quote him, but it's basically going to get probably just paraphrased here. But basically what Reed was trying to say was what's so unique and different about the rifle, in this case the fighting rifle, is that it is the one true offensive weapon. You're going to fuck something up. When you have a rifle in your hand, you are the hunter. You become the predator, and essentially you are the stress of that situation. And the main thing I think that I took away from it, in talking with a lot of other students, was that I think a lot of us, myself included, we're kind of guilty of getting fixated on the coolness and the flashiness and the sexiness of handguns, regardless if it's a revolver or a pistol, because in a way the handgun is probably the most important firearm that we have. It's the most important tool that we carry because it's more convenient, it's smaller, it's lighter weight, it's easier to conceal. It's what we carry with us every day. But the thing that a lot of us fail to realize is that out of all the tools in our toolbox, that's the kind of a last ditch effort. That's a defensive tool. Unfortunately, the reality is also bad guys who are doing bad things, when they get hit with a handgun, they tend to not always stop what they're doing, or they even tend to run away and continue doing more bad stuff. But bad guys who get popped with a long gun, in particular a rifle, a fighting rifle, they generally stop doing bad things, usually pretty quickly. So we'll go over here, we'll take a look at how I have my rifle set up. I'm not claiming that it's perfect, I'm not claiming to be an expert, but basically through the training I've had and talking with other students and dealing with the instructors, this is what I've finally settled on to feel adequately armed if any kind of catastrophic situation were to erupt, whether it's to protect your life, your family and friends, or even your property. So we'll go over here and we'll take a look. Okay guys, in front of you we have the world famous Warsenal 1063. This is the rifle that I pretty much trust my life to. I've taken both my fighting rifle classes with this one. It's got thousands of rounds through it, lots of training hours, and it's proven to be reliable and durable and accurate. So this is what I'm going to choose to protect my life. Again, I kind of wanted to re-emphasize that it's not really that important what type of rifle or what brand or even what brand of stuff that you put on here, as long as it it's been proven to yourself to work. So starting off, I want to talk about a couple of things that I believe that every fighting rifle needs to have on it. The first thing is, it sounds kind of basic, but you'd be surprised, are a good set of iron sights. Being an AK, you're not going to have a problem with that. I've never seen, an AK missing its iron sights. But a lot of AR guys, especially a lot of guys, my fellow students when I was training, had them set up. They had really nice red dots, a lot nicer than mine, and ACOGs and all sorts of, high dollar, super ninja-fied optics, but they didn't have backup sights on them, And I remember some of the instructors asking them, it's like, guys, electronics fail, lenses get cracked, batteries go dead. When your optic dies, what are you going to have? You got to have a good set of iron sights. It's basically what I've learned to shoot with, and probably what most people learn to shoot with first. Another thing that I think is definitely a need to have is you got to have a sling. I don't think it really matters what kind, or what brand, or what kind of design it is. This one in particular is just a 2-point bungee sling from SOE. It just happens to be my favorite. Essentially, your sling is the holster for your rifle. If you ever get into any kind of situation, there may be a good chance that you're going to have to, take your hands off your rifle, and you don't want to have to sit it down or prop it up against something. You may have to, pick up a kid, pick up a pet, help someone who's wounded, help a friend, help a family member, and you don't want to have the rifle leave your possession. So you got to have a sling. Besides that, it just makes it easier, to carry all day or however long you're going to need it. The third thing that I would say is a pretty much must-have for a viable option for a fighting rifle is a light source. Now I know there's going to be trolls out there and people who think, oh, I'm not going to turn on a light because it's just going to give away my my position, and it's going to put a beacon on me. Well, most people don't get into the habit, or they shouldn't get into the habit of shining their light around the whole time. But what's the fourth safety rule? Be sure of your target and know what's behind it. So again, be sure of your target. The only way that you're going to be sure of your target is if you are able to see it. And since a lot of us can't afford or don't have night vision, a light's going to be your best option on there. I'm not saying keep the light on constantly, but you're going to need to be able to identify your target, because God knows you don't want to hit something that you don't want to hit, particularly a friend or a family member. Well, the final thing on here that I have on this rifle, guys, is an optic. Now, this isn't an aim point. It's not a high dollar, EOTech or an ACOG. But this particular one, this TRS-25, I've ran through 2 classes. It has thousands of rounds through it. It held its 0, and so far so good. I mean, I can't say that I would recommend it, but I've had good luck with it and it worked. And if you've never shot a rifle with a red dot, you'd be amazed at how easy it makes things. It just definitely assists you. You pull it up, it's good for quick target acquisition. It's really good when you're in any kind of like weird shooting position to where you can't get like a perfect cheek weld, and you just put the dot on the target and pull the thing. So they're good to have, but they're definitely not a need to have. So I don't know, that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you learned something from this. And I don't know, let me know in the comments what you think, how you guys have your fighting rifle set up, or if you found or learned anything different. I'm dying to know. So take it easy.